What's going on, backpackers, and welcome back to Off Grid. My name is Dave, and this channel is all about backpacking, hiking, and gear. If you're into that sort of thing too, please think about subscribing down below if you haven't already. I'd greatly appreciate it, and it really helps out the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a first rundown, because it's not technically a first look because this backpack has been out for a while, of the REI Flash 55 pack. So today I'm going to be giving you all the normal good stuff, the tech specs, what the normal MSRP of the pack is, all the different dimensions, and how I plan on using this pack. So let's get started. Okay, let's just get the tech specs out of the way real quick. I'm going to throw up on the screen the dimensions of the pack just as it is. Again, it's a 55-liter pack. I think the main body compartment is going to be smaller, anywhere from usually around 10 to 15 liters smaller. So I'd say a safe bet would probably be somewhere around 45 liters for the main body of the pack. And then on the outside here, we've got an extra meshy, stretchy pocket here that adds, again, like I said, about 10 to 15 extra liters on the outside. As for another quick detail, the MSRP on this guy is $199 at REI, but you can usually get it on sale for at least 20% off or more. I was an idiot and I got it at regular price, but don't fall into that trap. You can definitely get it on sale. And again, they have a really great return policy. I think you have up to a year to return the pack if you don't like it, and they usually accept it with no questions asked. So they have a really great return policy. They also have great customer service as well. So let's get into the overall look and design of this pack right now, and let me show you what we're working with here. So I got this kind of sort of loaded up, not really. I got some of my gear in here, but not a ton of it. I just wanted to kind of like show you what the look of it would be when you got a bunch of stuff kind of stuck in all the different pockets and whatnot. Show you the 360 view. And let's just start with the front or back, depending on how you end up looking at it. Now this has an arced back to it here. Get the water bottle out. And as you can see here, it kind of like curves to your back and provides a little bit of air to it. It does have these like molded blocks kind of like in it, and kind of like here on the bottom for your lumbar support, and those are okay. I find them to be a little bit stiff depending on how you have the pack riding for you. So it's not the absolute best as far as like airflow goes on your back, but it is curved and it does provide a little bit of support. It's got a mesh that's like kind of just off of these back panel portions. It's got very thick hip belt pockets for your big hip belt here, and a heavy duty buckle and strap here. It comes with two of the side hip belt pockets here. This one on the bottom here is completely closed off to the left, and then the one that I have over on the right is a mesh. The size of these are okay. They're not super huge, but they're not super small either. And I do find that when I'm wearing the pack that the hip belt pockets tend to end up going a little bit further back than I would have liked. I kind of like them a little bit more towards the front of my body. But overall, great cushion and great support with the hip belt, and I really enjoy it. The other thing on the front here that you might notice is a shoulder pocket. So this one came with what they call a rain shield pocket. So it is waterproof. It does fit my cell phone. I have an old Pixel 3, and it just kind of folds right down in there and sort of comes to a little bit to the top, but still enables it to fold over and close. It is a magnetic clip on there. I don't know if you can hear that, but it does close, and I haven't tested it out in the rain yet, but I would assume that it is pretty much waterproof. Let's see, what else can we talk about with the front of this pack here? It comes with a sternum strap here in the front and a little whistle on the top here. Haven't had any problems with the sternum strap. I've taken this out on a few trips already, and it really has performed pretty well. It's got your standard load lifters here at the top that you can adjust quite easily when you're on trail, so those work really well. And then it also has a couple of loops here on the straps. I think these are S straps because it kind of comes around like an S shape. where you can put some stuff on. I just have some cordage here to do kind of like a faux trekking pole holder like the Osprey packs have, and then it's got a more stretchier loop off to the right here, and it's basically the same on both sides. Okay, moving over to the side pockets. One of the best features, absolute best, that I've loved so far about this pack, and it was a huge selling point for me, were these side pockets. So it actually comes with two different side pockets. You have your traditional bigger one right here that you can fit bigger stuff into. I just have a sit pad, and this one right here. And then you also have this smaller, stretchier pocket that is angled forward, so you can really easily stretch back and grab your water bottle that I just took out and easily take it in and out. So if you're the person who likes to carry additional water with you when you're on the trail, or if you're like me and you like to go the safety route, I like to carry my bear mace in the other side pocket. It's great for that as well. And again, it's got two of the larger side pockets here with compression straps around them. Both of these pockets here are super stretchy. Another thing that I want to point out is on the bottom one, it also has this little snap here, so you can kind of cut off the total size. So I wanted to make this pocket a little bit smaller. It is kind of still a little bit large, and if you do lean over with these pockets down here, just be aware that stuff might end up falling out, so you got to be careful with these lower pockets. But for these taller ones here, it's great to fit a whole bunch of stuff. This one here, I got the REI Flex Light Air Chair in it, but it is super stretchy, and you can get theoretically even like a tent down in here, but it's a little bit harder when you have this kind of fully packed out. Really pushes up against the sides and makes this a little bit tighter to get stuff into. So something like a chair is perfect for this style of pocket. And like I said, I really like the compression strap that kind of goes around it. It really latches it down to the side of your pack. Okay, moving over to the front of the back, depending on how you look at it, we've got the front mesh pocket. One of the things that I really don't like a con about this pack is the latch that they use for this front mesh pocket. Never really tends to stay on. I don't really know exactly how to kind of like double up and lock it down. So the way that it kind of just fits on there normally, it always tends to pop off, and that's not usually you know, super useful, especially if you have stuff kind of like sticking out of it. So I'm not really super keen on this latch point here, but it definitely is super stretchy. I carry a bunch of different, you know, stuff in the front pocket here. I've got my poop kit, I got my water filtration, not in the same bag obviously, and then I've got my first aid kit just up in here, and there's just a ton of space up in here. So you saw it with everything kind of in it. There's really just like a ton of space to spare in this front pocket. And that's mostly it for the 360 view all the way around. Let's get to the top now, and we have a detachable brain that comes with it. It is what they also call the rain shield. Can't really see it right here, but it says rain shield pocket up top here, and it comes off on all sides. But the brain, usually I just clip it off the front and flip it to the back. Has the pocket right up top here, which I really like, because when you're carrying the pack, you can reach back easily and use this as an additional pocket. And because it is waterproof, I really like that, because I can carry other stuff up here that I don't want to get wet, such as electronics and things like that. The rest of the body of this is made out of a nylon, so it will sag and it will retain water and it will get wet if you are out in the rain. But I keep a bunch of other smaller gear items up here, like my bug head net. I even carry like my power bank up here in another bag. I have my headlamp if in case it gets dark. Again, super easy to reach back and grab that. And there's another pocket in here that I'll show you that also came with the pack. It's just this small mesh they call storage bag. So it's pretty cool. I mean, you could fit other stuff in here, maybe even like your clothes if you don't bring that many clothes. It also has like an instructional panel back here showing you how to use their particular system, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later on in the video, which I really like about this backpack as well. But let's get to the main body of the backpack right now. Okay, the main portion of the backpack now. Let's get the brain out of the way. It is just a top load only style backpack, which basically means it only has one entry point. There's no like bottom sleeping bag compartment or side compartments. There's no zips around it, which I personally like more so than just the top load here. But the top has a buckle and a roll out top. It doesn't have just like a drawstring. Some of them have drawstrings as well, with the cover of the brain and kind of protecting it from the elements. And what I like about that too is that you can not only kind of roll it down the way that I just had it packed up, where you kind of roll it down and then clip it to itself in more of like an O-ring style, like I like to call it, and then just kind of put it down and put the brain over it. That's one way to do it. But you can also, based on how the system of this pack is, and again, I'm going to be talking about that in a hot second, but you can also fashion it where the top can roll down and clip off to the side too, making it a little bit lower of a profile on top for anything else that you might want to fit on top, or if you have like a bigger brain like I do, it just makes it for a smoother top for the brain. But all right, let's get into the main body now. And it rolls up pretty high, as you can see. I never actually packed this all the way to the top. I think the most that I've had in this so far has been around 25 pounds, and it rode very well. It's got an internal frame on it that is pretty stiff. I don't know what the internal frame is. I can put it up on the screen if I find out what it's actually made out of. I've never actually taken it out, so I don't know exactly what it's made out of, but it does have an internal frame to it. So let me just take this stuff out. I just have my pad here, and then my quilt as a filler. Be doing some B-roll on a first look at that, so be on the lookout for that one. But the inside again is really just a huge tube. That's pretty much it inside. Has a really good capacity to it. It's also got let me bring it back. I don't know why I brought it down. It's got a little hook here for your water bladder, and then it also has, I'm not sure if you can see this. If not, I'll throw it in the B-roll. It's got a stretchier back panel, which I actually didn't even notice this when I was holding my Tyvek ground sheet in there for my footprint, but I actually don't use that anymore, so there you go, lighten my pack a little bit. But it's got a super stretchy pocket here for your water bladder if you use that. I personally don't like to use one, but it's nice to have a separate sleeve and compartment for that as well. And the last bit regarding hydration here is that it has a couple of different outlet holes here. I don't know if you can see the water droplets over here, but a couple of different holes on the side depending on where you like to have your hoses come out and drink out of for your water bladder. Also has this carry handle right here and this tiny little hook right here for I don't know what, but the carry handle is pretty sturdy and pretty safe, so I like that as well. That's it for the most part with this backpack here. Now, one of the things that I said I wanted to highlight that I really liked about this backpack is going to be what they call their modular system here. So it's basically all the different straps that you see right here. The pack has this really cool daisy chain that goes all along the front of the back, again, depending on how you look at it. But it has these little loops right here that these straps kind of like hook onto, and you can move it up or down depending on how you want to configure your backpack. So again, with it kind of like coming on and off, you can buy additional straps for it so that you can attach certain things to the bottom here. It's got the ice axe loop right here. It also has a bungee cord on the back here for you know, attaching your trekking poles or your ice axe to it. But again, you can move that up and down. It's got a chain not only along the front of the back here, but along the front of the back on this side too. So it really is quite a modular system. I think the name is like right on with how you can kind of customize this pack and strap different things to it. It's a really cool feature. So that's going to do it with my very top level look at the REI Flash 55 backpack. Now, how am I going to use this pack? Well, I'm pretty much going to use it primarily for my main framed backpack when I'm out in the field and when I'm backpacking. One of the things that I didn't cover in the specs, I might have thrown it on screen earlier, but the overall weight of this pack, it is 2 pounds and 10 ounces, so it is 42 ounces total, which really isn't that bad. I think that's a relatively comparative and competitive style backpack for a framed pack, so that's one of the reasons why I chose it. I'm also going to be dabbling into some frameless packs and trying those out to go even lighter, but for my main option for a framed backpack, this is going to be the #1 option that I choose out in the field. So let me know down below in the comments, guys, what do you think of this video? Do you have this backpack? Are you thinking about getting a framed backpack? And what backpack do you use? I want to know all about it and why you like that particular pack down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching this one, guys. Really appreciate you, and remember, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please think about subscribing down below and give me a thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. And remember, if you're headed off grid, make sure you do your research and you make it a safe one. Till the next one, guys, I'll see you later. Man, I was really looking for this thing. It was lost for quite some time. I remember getting it. It's not even out of the package here yet. But so glad I found this one.